And this week we have even more insane Reddit stories to share.
Hi, I'm Marie. They are crazy, and my voice is still messed up.
Hi, I'm Mel, and this week we can't wait to dive into loads of the craziest and absolute madness that is Reddit stories. The first one, this one's going to be good. It comes from cheating stories. Oh. Should I tell my brother's girlfriend of 10 plus years he's cheating on her? To begin, I know that this shouldn't be my business, and I have pried into things I shouldn't have, but I am conflicted as I am so tired of the toxicity of their relationship, and it has come to a point where I feel like I hate my brother. Background information: my brother, 30, and his girlfriend, 29, have been together for 10 plus years, and she is his first ever girlfriend. They have had a past of breaking up constantly to then getting back together the next day, and my brother being caught cheating on her in the past multiple times as well. I'm sure they have their good moments, but from what I have seen, my brother has become a whole different person. Also, my other brother and I do not get along well with his girlfriend and have not for years, as she has done a lot of shitty things to my brother and even to us. This all started on a family trip. My other brother, 27, and I, 20, noticed that my brother had passed out and kindly went to charge his phone for him. Unfortunately, his phone was unlocked, and the first thing we saw was that he was talking to these girls on Discord where they were hyping him up and flirting with him. With prior knowledge that my brother, 30, is a cheater and even admitted to us that he would have fake accounts with a different name to talk to other people behind his girlfriend's back, we knew that he was cheating on her once more. Yes, we should not have looked through his phone, but we saw that he was using his fake accounts again, which was super disappointing as we thought he'd changed. From that point, the trip felt ruined, and for the rest of it, we were very noticeably upset with him. And while we should have confronted him about it, we didn't know how to. Weeks after the trip was over, he had asked us why we were so upset with him, and we finally opened up as to why. He told us he understood why, and when we asked him if he would admit it to his girlfriend, he said no. This was upsetting to hear as we thought he had changed, but once again, since it's not our relationship, we just let it slide. He reassured us and told us that he had deleted everything and stopped talking to all those people, but I knew what the secret account was called and saw that he was still active on it nearly every day, even after being called out. Yes, you could call it an obsessive behavior to be checking every day, but I just could not believe his lies, and the guilt of not telling his girlfriend was starting to eat at me. It would get to the point where I would ask him for updates and reassurance that he was done with the cheating, and he would say yes and lie straight to my face. Now, this is the part of the story where I'm not proud of what my other brother, 27, and I did, as it was a total invasion of his privacy. But one day we looked through his Discord, one of the apps we saw him use secretly, and we saw that he was talking to multiple random people using a fake alias and making up fake stories about his life. He would brag about his exes trying to hit him up, in brackets, he has only dated his current girlfriend. And he would sext other random people online. Thankfully, I did not have to see anything, but my other brother did. And the weirdest part would be that he would use our other brother's screenshot conversations and messages from his exes and pretend that those girls were hitting him up and even send pictures of us to those random strangers. This totally shocked us as we realized this man lived a whole second life on the internet, pretending to be someone he wasn't. And there honestly is so much more to this story and many more horrible details that I don't want to get into, or this post would be reaching a novel level. In the end, it was out of line for us to look through his messages, but honestly, as I have been sparing the details about my brother, he's genuinely a pathological liar and has been for years. As much as his girlfriend deserves to know, we know that we should try to confront him about it first, as it's his right to admit this to her. The worst part about this all is that we know that even if he did end up admitting this to her, he would find a way to manipulate and gaslight her into believing it was her fault. The three of us used to be close too, but this situation has caused us to avoid him, which sucks as I used to look up to him and grew up the closest to him, but now I don't even know who this man is. I do not like his girlfriend, but I just know how much it would hurt to find out years later that you've been cheated on and that his siblings knew all along. What would you do in this situation? Shut the hell up. It's none of my business.
Yeah.
She literally doesn't like the girl. Why would it be you who's the messenger of this
It's the
bad
principle
news?
of it.
So
It's literally the principle of it. And as a female as well, getting cheated on, like, you wouldn't really want to, not help, but you wouldn't want to cover it for anybody, would you? But it's a tough one, honestly.
what would you
It's
do?
none of your business, so you should really stay out of it. But I'm not going to lie, I've told some truths in the past. I've told some truths that weren't mine, but needed to be told. Because, do you know what? I think the reason why they feel so passionate is because their brother just sounds like a prick.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
their brother sounds like an absolute prick, and it's just his entire behavior to them, like, and he's taken it so deep. He uses
I
his
know.
own brother's conversations, like his own screenshots, and lies about it, insinuates that he's got more girls on his case, and like, it's, do you know what? He isn't just cheating and doing his own thing. Like, he's using their content. Like,
He's
it's
a
just,
sociopath.
yeah, he's a yeah.
is.
It definitely sounds like a sociopath.
He
But it's
doesn't know right from wrong.
because it isn't just cheating. I think that's why they feel so strongly. Like, he's violated in different ways. Like, he's a habitual liar. He's this, that, and other. So I totally understand, and especially that's their sibling. Opie said they used to be close as well.
Yeah, but they haven't been
So-
for a while. So
because
I'm
of
not gonna
his doing,
lie.
because of his behavior.
So get over it. You're never going to have
Yeah,
that
I
relationship
think
again.
it's
he
true.
is just a liar.
It's true.
What's the likelihood of him changing anytime soon? Highly unlikely.
It's true.
So
I think she should just distance herself, because
thank you.
honestly, being the messenger always gets shot.
For sure.
That's just a fact of life. Like, even if you tell the girlfriend that you don't like, she's coming for you. And if she equally doesn't like you too, then we have a problem. And also, even if you were telling your friend who would view you in a positive way, now all of a sudden you're in the middle of a relationship that you didn't want to be. And now you're answering questions that you don't want to. Like, all of a sudden that person's hitting you up all the time. Oh, but how did you find out? But are you sure? Did he really say that? Can I get screenshots? Like, don't do it. Honestly, I think Opie should make peace with the fact that her and her brother are no longer close, and also that her brother is clearly a prick, and keep it moving and stay out of his business, because that shit will backfire on her if she actually says something.
I don't know. I'm one of those people. If I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna do it with my chest, and I'm gonna be like, well, if I lose a friend, I lose a friend.
I hear that.
Like,
Yeah.
I stand. If it's a rule that I stand by, then it's a rule that I stand by. Like, I will never see that happen to one of my friends and just be like, oh, I'm not gonna say anything because it's none of my business. You're my friend, it's my business, so I'm saying something. So for me, if she's like,
yeah, but
she
that
wants,
wouldn't be your friend for very long. Like, I know you.
and that's
if,
fine.
If you had a friend who was doing everything that he's doing, creating fake accounts,
Yeah, I would
who's
stop being
like-
their friend.
but,
Definitely.
and you'll just distance yourself.
I would distance myself and
what
move
you'll
away.
go out of
No,
your way
but she's
to go
talking about
tell-
if it was
No,
her
no.
friend that was being cheated on, she would say, is that what
Yeah,
you
that's
what
what
you
I'm
mean?
talking
Yeah.
No,
Well,
but
in
that's
this
not the
instance-
but
in
that's
this
not the case.
instance
It's
with
the
May's like, stay focused.
no, it is. Focus on your focus.
No,
Let me tell you something.
I'm
yeah?
saying yes,
It's the-
but I'm also saying that if you're going to be that way inclined, I think you should be like that through and through. So
Yeah.
if I'm gonna, as a person I am, I'll probably say something and distance myself.
I just don't think that there's any upsides to telling this lady that she
yeah, they're
doesn't
not
like.
close, but if she say
She's
that
not
they're
close to the brother, and she
They're not
doesn't like
close,
the
yeah.
girlfriend. What is the upside to letting everybody
Oh, yeah,
know?
then-
She should
Thank
let it go.
you.
But
Just-
the
just
only, honestly, the only reason why she feels so passionately about it is because he's a prick. Like, literally, and he exhibits like
Okay.
awful tendencies.
But then you distance
That's
yourself
what-
from that person.
But I said that. I initially said, honestly, I think she should just let it go and distance herself from the entire
Yeah.
situation, from her brother, from his cheating ways, etc., and just be like, do you know what? That's what he does, and leave it at that. So
and
that's no reflection
also-
on her. And honestly, they've been together for a long time. She said that
she
knows
literally
he's
predicted
cheated,
what would happen,
etc. So leave
She
it
said
alone.
he would literally manipulate the situation
Exactly, and
and put the
gaslight her.
blame.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you,
gaslight
put
the
the blame
girlfriend.
on the girlfriend.
Yeah.
So if you can foresee what's going to happen and in the end, they stayed together.
Yeah,
Me and Melinda were having a conversation the other day. We said the reason why nobody should bother to interfere or say anything in anybody's relationship is because they always stay
they
together.
always stay together.
They
Like,
always stay together. So it's just like
literally.
she's predicted it, literally said what's likely to happen, and they stay together. What's the upside?
But my thing is, only to the conversation you guys had, I would still say something because, like I said, I'll be okay with walking away.
Yeah.
I'll be okay walking away because that's also my integrity. I could never knowingly know one of my brethrens or someone that's very close to me. I know your husband's messing around or messed around or she's messing around. I'll distance myself because I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in that mix. I don't want it. So I'll walk away because I'm also going to think less of you because I don't like that.
Yeah.
So then
but
I'm moving away. So for me, it's a no. It's a no go zone. It's one of my hard no's as a person because I'm just like could never sit there kiki with you about what. What can I kiki with you, knowing fully what that person has done. Obviously, you do your due diligence. You make sure that it's actually happening.
Yeah.
But
you
if
have to.
after all of that you find out it's thingy, I watched a show the other day. This woman, 60, was it Sopranos? Like 60 years later, she's like, yeah, your husband hit on me, blah, blah, blah. We're friends.
Yeah.
And you're just going to let that little comment slide. And you hope that I don't snatch your hair back and fight you.
No, but wait a sec. With the Sopranos, that was when they were in high school and they dated. They dated before. They had a whole little, like let's just say 2 months or whatever. That had nothing to do with their marriage because they were married for a long time, the Sopranos.
Why did you
Tony
let me know?
That's got nothing to do with her. Like they all went to school together. Do you remember when the woman tells her? Like everybody knew that them lot had dated, but it was really insignificant.
Or like I see friends and it's just like, yeah, that happened, and I'm like, so you guys are still friends, and you know that you did this thing, and it's just nah, I'm not into
Do you
it.
know what? Us lot, we all had the conversation, and you said, because we're clearly very single. You said that
Hey, you don't know what's going on in my life.
Except I do. So we had a conversation about how you would like us to tell you, but I'm
coming with evidence,
hard,
disputable
I would
evidence,
I'm coming
screenshots.
only with
because you know
evidence.
when
I would never open my mouth.
But also, you're the only person I'll tell. Otherwise, I'm letting everybody do what they're doing because, as Melinda said, the messenger always gets shot. And then also, I can predict the future as they stay together. So then what have I done? I've wasted my time, and now I have an enemy in the partner.
Oh my God,
that guy, he is now slowly going to make sure that she distances herself from me.
May's jealous of our relationship though. Like she's always
enemy number one.
She don't get out of here.
I'm telling you,
the thing is,
the upside is very small.
I always understand the reasons, but I'm just, you know how some people, they're just like, this is it. I draw the line here. This is my battle line.
Fair enough.
When it comes to that, I don't play that game. I don't care who I'm going to lose. I'll walk away like, fair enough. We have good memories. I'm happy to, in my mind, I'm cool. If I find your partner's cheating and you're supposed to be my friend, I'm not talking about random people. I don't care. But if I consider you family, because as far as I'm concerned, all my close friends are family, I would never let family be in the dark about something that could potentially ruin their life. If you're not going to turn around to me and be like, well, I'm going to stay together, it's whatever you do next. But from the moment I've spoken to you about it, I've come to peace that we might not be the same.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. It will hurt, but I'll walk away and I'll be fine. That's where I stand on that. But in this story, if she's not close to the girl, then everybody go about their business.
By the way, the top comment is, they are both beyond help. We know that 96% of you who regularly watch this channel have not subscribed. Could you do us a favor and hit the subscribe button if you've ever liked, enjoyed, or found our content interesting or entertaining? Because it really helps allow YouTube to push the content out to people just like yourself. And if you didn't know, we're on TikTok, X, and Instagram at OP Said Podcast. We have different content on each platform, so check it out.
My one is from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for not validating my husband's feelings when having sex after giving birth a month ago?
A month ago?
Sis, you're a soldier for even having that sex. But anyway,
Girl,
okay,
have you
cool.
not heard of, what's it called? Irish twins.
Exactly.
Please.
That's what I'm saying. So, but she's here supposed to be consoling her husband. Okay,
yeah.
cool. I, 31 female, gave birth a month ago, actually 5 weeks ago via C-section. My husband, 36 male, and I tried having sex. We know standard wait time is 6 weeks, but I was feeling up to it. He asked me how I was doing / feeling, and I told him we should stop because I thought if I had wanted it bad enough, then maybe I could push past my fear of being torn apart. Oof. And that fear suddenly was still present. He understood and asked me if I was feeling anything. I told him no. I wasn't feeling any pain or even pleasure, and that's when he got upset and told me that his feelings were hurt and that he felt inadequate because he was unable to please his wife. I told him this isn't about him, and it's not like he has a magic dick that is going to make my feelings go away. And the least he could do is empathize with me and the fact that I had major surgery a month ago and that I just need a little bit more time, both mentally and physically. He then brought up past issues with our sex life, stating that previously, when we would take an extended break from having sex, I would say how it would hurt or feel uncomfortable for me, and that I would need more time to get used to doing it after not so long. I told him this isn't the same thing as before because unlike before, I didn't just have a baby. He said he didn't know how to help me or what to say to make me feel better and that he was still in his feelings. I noticed he wasn't even looking at me during some point of our conversation. I'd asked him why he won't look at me, and he said he was closing his eyes and didn't want to look at me because he felt ashamed of himself for not being able to satisfy me. At that point, I rolled my eyes, said nothing, turned around, and reminded myself that I'm not responsible for my husband's feelings. But as I lay here and really thinking about it, I'm not so sure. So am I the asshole?
I don't think you're the arsehole, but I definitely think everybody's a little sensitive,
Right.
i.e. the husband. It's got, relax, my guy.
Yeah.
Just give it time. And also, why are you bringing up other stuff? We're just talking about this one issue.
Yeah.
It's a major operation. Coming from someone that's had a C-section, to get jiggy with it that soon. Go you. Go you,
That's what
sister.
I said. Honestly, I was
Yeah.
like,
Go
whoa.
I was thinking she should have waited the 6 weeks.
Yeah, a month later.
Do you know what? You feel better after 4 weeks? Genuinely. It's fine. But at the same time, give yourself time to heal if you're that
Yeah.
fearful about it.
Literally.
If you have anxiety, because it doesn't sound like she has anything apart from anxiety. It actually just sounds like she's very
Yeah.
anxious about doing it.
About being torn
Yeah,
apart.
so like if you have those feelings, then just take more time. You know, enjoy kissing for a bit. Do the level 1 stuff.
Literally.
Like,
Do you know what? It
what is
sounds-
this?
It sounds like she said what she was thinking and she didn't actually factor his feelings into
Well,
consideration.
that's exactly what the
And-
question's about.
yeah,
Am I an
and-
asshole for saying that?
No, but it doesn't
For
sound
not
like...
validating my husband.
But it doesn't sound like it was intentional. It
Yeah.
was just... She wasn't thinking, she was just speaking and being honest, and that was it. But what I do get from him is he sounds a bit narcissistic. Like, it's about him and he couldn't perform, he couldn't please, he couldn't pleasure his wife. And then that's when it's like, she literally just had your child. Her body has completely changed.
Yeah.
Like, this moment isn't about you. It has to be about her comfortability, like her safety, and just... But he made it about himself.
I think in this instance, it's just sensitivity. That's why I say
Yeah,
everyone's a
yeah,
little
I
sensitive.
I
don't
agree.
think this is anything to do with his character.
Yeah.
I just think he was a little bit hurt.
Yeah.
That's why I said everybody relax. Like,
Yeah.
just
I kind of
do
feel like
it on
it's
a
a
night where...
non-issue, if I'm
Yeah,
honest.
it doesn't sound
It's
like
just
a
like,
massive...
whatever happens,
They can
marital
talk
issue.
about it tomorrow
we
morning.
can go again tomorrow.
Literally.
Or in
Yeah.
2
If you
weeks'
guys want to
time.
go again, wait a day. I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll wait. You'll watch
That's what I think.
something.
Just like go again another
She'll
day.
walk
It's
around. He'll
not-
see her. You'll be right back where you started the night before. Just relax, everyone.
Literally.
Take a
I
chill pill. I don't
agree.
think it's that serious.
But I think
And
they
I just
should...
think he's tried to think about her, but at the same time, he's coming off as he's just thinking about himself. It's just like, oh, I'm so ashamed.
Yeah.
These are big words, my guy. These are big words.
He
It's
said
not
he
like
can't even look at her.
these are big words.
So he's
Bruh.
like
Big
literally, what,
reaction.
talking
He
to
is
her.
with his eyes closed.
He's like, no.
He was closing his eyes and didn't want to look at me because he felt ashamed
He
of
sounds
himself for not being able to satisfy
dramatic,
me.
if
He
I'm
said
honest.
dramatic,
He is
guy.
hella dramatic.
Is he an actor?
Listen.
Sounds like he's got a little bit of May in him.
Listen. I'm
If you
in,
don't know, how will they know?
oh wow.
You know what
No,
I'm saying?
I'm with you, Marie. I totally agree. I just think everybody's a little bit sensitive. It's, you know, new sex after having a baby for both of them, and I think it's a non-issue.
It's not
They'll be
that
fine.
serious.
But I do think maybe have a discussion about how he feels in the past with her saying no, because he did bring it up. So it's like, what have you been harboring?
Well, that's all men. They can't deal with rejection, can they?
Yeah, but
I think people deal with things as, like I said, I think it's just an emotional time.
literally,
I think it's very emotional, specifically for him. Like, it's
But that's
sounding
what
like
I can't even look at her.
understand.
That's
he's
mad.
like so emotional about it, but
But
it,
he just
obviously
sounds like a
it's off
very
of the back of
dramatic.
other things that have happened.
Yeah.
So just sit down and have a conversation. Where she's rolling his eyes. I roll my eyes when someone's been dramatic in my life, and they are dramatic. So I'll roll my eyes. It sounds like he's just a dramatic man.
That's what I was gonna say.
So
Possibly.
because
It's in his
if he's a
character.
dramatic man, then tomorrow we'll talk about it.
It's not that serious.
Okay, so mine is from relationship advice. My 29 female husband, 29 male, wants to cancel our wedding for the third time. Is there any point postponing again?
Third time.
Let me explain. I know the title is confusing, so let me explain. I, 29 female, got engaged to my current husband, 28 male, back in 2019. We have been together 7 years. I was also pregnant with our first child. We planned for a 2020 November wedding when our daughter was 11 months old. This plan unfortunately fell to pieces because of the pandemic. The state borders were shut and most of my friends and family lived in an interstate. So half of the wedding couldn't attend, including my parents, sister, and bridesmaids. We had to make a heartbreaking decision to postpone the wedding. We didn't want to lose everything, and we had our hearts set on that date, so we decided to elope with only 4 guests, a celebrant and photographer. This was all discussed prior and was always going to be a placeholder for our real wedding. We rebooked our wedding 11 months later, and lo and behold, COVID restrictions shut down our town again. Just terrible fucking luck. But life goes on. We had been holding off trying to have a second baby for this wedding, and it was becoming depressing planning something that kept being cancelled. So we decided to postpone again without another wedding day in mind and started trying for a baby right away. Fast forward a couple of years, and we've welcomed our third in June
Oh, wow.
2024. Now our family is complete and we are in a good place. It's time to rebook our wedding. I kept him in the loop about my intentions and plans and always asked him along the way what he thought and if he was okay with that. Some info. We already have most things we need: wedding dress and accessories, suits for him and groomsmen, bridesmaids' dresses. It's all been ready to go, sitting in a closet collecting dust. So about 3 months ago, after speaking to him, first I rebooked the venue and paid a $1,000 deposit. All was fine, and I finally felt I could get excited again. I sent out save the dates, and it's booked for more than 12 months away. I've told all our friends and family, and the excitement of getting to have our special day has been building. The wedding is booked on our 5-year elopement anniversary in November 2025, which I think 5 years is well and truly long enough. Well, last night, DH dropped the bomb and he wants to postpone the wedding again. This time he wants to wait for postpone for another 5 years, which would bring us to the year 2030. I'm so beyond devastated and heartbroken that he would even suggest this. Further info. My parents are contributing $10,000 and I'm contributing $10,000 and my DH has contributed $2,000. It was always the plan.
2,000.
You heard correct.
2,000.
You heard correct. $2,000.
So her family's bringing 20. He said, I can give 10%.
And he's asking for 5 more years, guys.
To bring what? Another 500?
I have one more paragraph.
Wow.
It was always the plan to elope and have our redo wedding at a later date. And now he's saying it's a waste of money and we are already married. I never would have agreed to the elopement if I knew that's how he felt. I've given him every opportunity to speak up about what he wants in the wedding, and he's always seemed indifferent and hasn't had any objections. So this has completely blindsided me. I don't know where to go from here. Marriage and wedding are non-negotiable for me. If I agree to postpone to the year 2030, then what's to stop him from saying, well, It's been 10 years.
Yep.
What's the point now? With barely spoken today, my eldest child has some intuition despite the entire conversation taking place while she slept last night. She asked to see my wedding shoes and I burst into tears. I birthed 3 of his children. I should get to be a bride and have our special
Yeah.
wedding when we've been planning for 5 years. And that's the end of that. What do you think?
I think that there's something wrong with his finances.
Yeah, listen.
I think that they need to have
Big time.
a financial conversation
Yeah.
where at that
2000.
point he's going to admit that he's probably done some
Bad
in bigger
investments
debt.
or something.
Yeah, bad
Yeah.
investment,
Credit
bigger
cards.
debt, credit cards, like things have piled up, something's gone wrong, maybe he gave money away to somebody thinking to get it back. I'm telling you, there's a financial problem. That's why he's Mr. Excuses as to why he's trying to push it back 5 years. Because that contribution of 2K is pennies to the dollar. What?
2K is
2K
wild
versus her
for your
family,
wedding.
20K.
2K is wild.
It doesn't begin to make sense. But also, I think it boils down to he's in financial trouble.
Yeah. And I know men get really insecure about that kind of stuff and
Yeah, I think
become
it's just
avoidant and
have an
etc.
honest conversation.
Yeah.
And then, like, maybe there can be a workaround. And maybe it's not 10 years, maybe it's 7. Maybe that'll be enough time for him to get into a stronger financial situation
Yeah.
where it'll be okay to still. But she deserves to be a bride.
Yeah, I feel
If
so for
that's
her.
her dream, she deserves
She's
to be a
right. She gave
bride.
him 3 big-headed kids, man.
Yeah.
Like,
And also, everything that she did was on the premise that there would be a wedding.
that's what they agreed to.
So
I know life happens, and obviously pandemic, no one could have
Yeah.
expected that. And, you know, further restrictions again for the second time as to why the second plan fell through. However, yeah, I think, just talk to your husband. Like, get to the root cause of why he's so avoidant and why he keeps on moving it. Because I think she's focusing so much on the end result, which is the fact that she won't have a wedding.
Yeah.
But clearly, to be contributing 2K
Versus her family
versus 20 is
or
wild.
even just versus
And
her
it's-
10.
Yeah, it's very strange, especially as the husband, especially as the man. It's very strange, and this isn't no gender war, so no one come for me because I ain't the one. But at the same time,
It's not adding up.
yeah, things aren't adding up, and clearly, neither are his finances.
I will say, when you get married, it is the bride's family that pay for the wedding. It's actually not the man. That's like tradition across the board. Africa,
No, but I'm saying,
England.
but
Yeah,
she
but it's-
herself is contributing 10.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know
know.
about the whole
Contributing
cultural
2.
thing. Yeah,
So
she hasn't
even
added it, so I
Park
don't
her
know
No,
about
when
all
I
that.
when I
10.
say that, I'm just
Aside,
saying,
yeah.
forget culture everywhere.
Yeah,
UK
yeah,
culture, it's the woman getting married. It's her family that's supposed to pay for it. So whether it's coming from her or her mum and dad, it's quite normal. It's obviously his
Yeah.
little contribution. He should do a dowry or something. But then we're making it cultural. But across the land, it is that. That being
Across
said,
the land.
across the land,
Apparently,
you
it's
heard-
land and sea and sky, bro.
Yeah, that one. Across the skies, the land.
No, I
it's a
I hear
it's
that, but
tradition.
But she
I think it's just a
should
conversation.
take out her 10K. And also,
Take her 10K.
Take her 10K.
we're going to get married on 10K from my mum and dad.
Yeah.
I hear that.
You're not going to be
But it's
out
not-
here
I-
contributing to your own. Where you marry yourself, it's supposed to be your parents.
Yeah.
If it's not both
Yeah.
of you contribute, when we got married, we contributed our finances. He did more. And then my side of the family gave what they could.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, it doesn't have to be that big either. If the budget is 2,000, that's what we're going to get
Yeah.
married on.
No.
So I think like everyone just needs to, again, it's
No,
gonna
but
be
there
the
seems to
team.
be there seems to definitely
It's a
be some kind of
conversation
Yeah,
for
and she's
me.
already
financial-
got so much as well. Remember,
There's
she's
a-
got a dress, she's got the
Yeah.
bridesmaid. There's not. You've already put down on the. How much
Yeah.
more do you need? How much more do you need?
I don't know.
Do you get what
Weddings
I'm
are
trying to say?
expensive.
No, but the
Weddings are
venue
incredibly
was, she'd
expensive.
only put down
$1,000.
$1,000, but that's not the actual cost of
Weddings
the
are not
entire venue.
$1,000,
No,
yeah.
I know that.
That's
I'm just
not-
saying, shrink it.
Yeah, no, of
Forget
course.
shrinking.
No, but have
let's
a conversation as to
first.
because what
my
she doesn't
thing
want to do
is,
is get disappointed in 2030.
The reason why I'm saying shrink it is if you want to get married straight away, which
Yeah.
it sounds like she does because she's waited 5 years, she's got 3 kids with him. Okay, let's have the wedding, have a conversation like you guys said, but at the end of it, you've already got some bits. You can shrink the wedding. It can still
No,
be a
it's
really
true.
nice wedding,
Oh, for
but
sure.
a smaller wedding. But now that you're making it, because it sounds like it's going to be more extravagant. It's going to be a
I
little
thi-
bit
I
more.
think
It sounds
that
like
was
she
probably
wants the original plan.
Yeah, I think
and
it
she's
sounds
just
like she
trying
wants
to
an
stick to
extravagant
what was
big
the
Coming with
day.
the original money, please. What is this? Nothing original about what's going on here.
I don't-
$2,000 over 3 cans.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's what we've always had.
$2,000
The
for
conversations
any
need to be
wedding
had.
is
there's
wild.
absolutely-
I'm so sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Based on what she's saying, she wants quite an elaborate wedding. That's what it's given. Yeah, yeah. 2,000 contribution sounds wild. It sounds like 2,000 for the flowers, maybe, but not as part. Anyway, let's not talk about people's finances. But yeah, they need to have a conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
what I
agree.
think as well. Like, I'm not out here making him to be like the evil person or anyone's bad. I just think it's just have a conversation.
For sure.
Okay, my story is coming from relationship advice. I was given an ultimatum. My boyfriend, 27 male, and I, 24 female, were out to dinner with my parents, grandmother, and 2 brothers, ages 12 and 14. My mother and I got into an argument that resulted in her, on purpose, throwing her drink down and it going all over my boyfriend. This is not the first time she's made a scene in public. He is done being embarrassed by her outbursts. I am too, but I guess I've gotten used to it because I grew up with it. Due to this, I've basically been given an ultimatum. I can choose one of 3 things. I can completely cut contact with them. I can still see them, but he is 100% not involved, or we break up.
Whoa.
We've been together for 4 years, and I know my mother is an issue. She has been an issue with just about every guy I've been with due to her behaviour. I've always felt I would have to cut her off, but I don't know how to do that without being cut off from my brothers or stepdad. He's not being an asshole about the situation, but at the same time, he can't take worrying about when or where her next freak out will be. I've known since very early on that I want to marry this man, but I just don't know what to do. I love my family, but at the same time, I can't keep doing this with her. She always brushes these outbursts off like it didn't happen. I know if I cut contact with her, I'll lose my stepdad and my brothers until they are 18 and can do things on their own. By the way, there's an edit. I'm going with option 2, as it is very reasonable. Reading all of these comments, I realised the advice I'm actually looking for is how to go forward with my mother. I've never had to go no contact with anyone. I also want to add that I do not like her behaviour, and someone pointed out it was abusive. I never thought of it as abusive because that's how I grew up. I grew up dealing with the way she is, and it never occurred to me that it's abusive, but it is. Nothing my boyfriend said is out of line, and I want to respect his wishes and feelings. My mother is a narcissist, and I'm worried about what she's going to do when I start going low contact.
Me, I have no problem with no contact. Fuck around, find out. It's not
I
a
think-
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
think
you're a confident person who doesn't give a heck about those kind of circumstances.
let's
Some
just all
people
be
cling-
respectful. That's all I ask.
People cling to their family members even if they're bad. That's what it sounds like. They're so used to it because it's not the first boyfriend. He's just the first boyfriend to give her these 3 choices, and she's gone with the one that works best for her. Because me, I'll be with him like, yeah, no contact. Yeah. I was waiting for someone to drag me out of that mud hole. You know what? It sounds like that's what we need. Brothers
Yeah.
and is it brother and sister or brothers?
Brothers and
2
stepdad.
brothers and stepdad.
Yeah.
They're
First of
12
all,
and 14.
that's a grown ass man. He could contact you anytime.
Thank
and if
you.
he's really
No, not if not the way her mum sounds. Her mum sounds unreasonable.
yeah, but they can sneak off a thingy. They can sneak off and meet.
Most people aren't going to jeopardize their relationship.
And that's absolutely
their
fine. So
stepchild.
I'm willing to wait till
Yeah.
18. And like I said, I think I'm just at peace as a person with losing contact. So when you lot hear my advice, just know that I'm really comfortable walking away.
Yeah.
So it always comes from that place. I try to be objective. But because I'm so happy with walking away from situations, I'm always like,
Listen,
if the circumstance means that you're not going to see your brothers for another 4 years, I'll see you in 4 to 6 years, my guy. And then that's it. Because I can't die. But if that's not, I can tell, obviously, that's not the type of person she is. So low contact. Low contact is as good as no contact with a person like that. Just by the way, she'll soon go
That's
to
what I
find
she
out.
sounds
think as
a lot,
well.
yeah.
I think she's right. She's narcissistic. Everything has to be about her. And so there's absolutely no emotional intelligence. There's no self-awareness. There's never going to be any accountability. You can't win with a person like that in your life. So for me, Marie, you know, I'm here for the no contact. I just think nothing good's going to come from this relationship because her mum's old. And that's it. Because she's how old? She's 24. I don't know how old her mother is, but her mother's too old to be doing the stuff that she does.
But she does it because she can get away with it. Everybody does things because they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, I think her partner, her boyfriend, is really reasonable by giving her the three choices. And I think she's, based on her character and how her relationship and what she's scared of losing if she goes no contact, the second option is definitely the best for her.
Yeah. The second will slowly become...
Yeah, and slowly, hopefully, it dissipates and maybe they'll go...
It'll slowly become option one.
Yeah, and maybe it'll end up that she does no contact.
Yeah.
But I think also it may help her mum in terms of the future behaviour.
I don't think so.
No. I'm not saying that it's going to immediately help her, but what is it, the whole saying about you don't know what you got until it's gone?
Not to a person that's narcissistic.
Trust me, if you want to get through to a narcissist, it's to leave. That's the only way they feel anything. When they no longer actually have access to you, that's the only thing that hurts a narcissist. Well, actually two things. That, completely leaving, especially with no explanation, or actually seeing them. They don't actually like to be seen for who and what they are. But I think, maybe that might help her relationship with her mother. But going forward, she knows her mum's behaviour isn't correct. And like loud outbursts, throwing stuff on the table, drink going over her boyfriend's clothes or himself, like that's not normal. And that's very embarrassing as well. Like, what?
Do you know what? I think that the no contact is
I think that's too extreme for right now. But it's too extreme for right now,
So her brothers are 12 and 14. The average 12-year-old has a mobile. Call me. That's it.
But you don't know what... Okay, so with narcissistic people, like, they try to control everyone around them. So you say that, yes, obviously they can contact their sister via mobile. That's not a problem. But at the same time, like, what would it be like in that household? Like, will that mum then say, okay, cool, you can't talk to OP anymore. Like, your sister's dead to all of us now. Do you know what I mean?
We can give the advice. We can't predict the future.
No, of course. But do you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to be
again,
really positive, but she's really scared of actually losing contact because that's a likely occurrence.
I said go for low contact, but I think it will eventually be no contact because, as you said, I don't think this woman will be able to handle the low. She'll take personal offense and she'll act out, and then it will just spiral into no contact because it'll be best for all parties.
Small, that boyfriend will be giving two options. Then it'll be one. But then again,
he'll just break up. I told you, like, my thing is, if there is a family member, if you're in a relationship with someone and there's a really horrible family member, I think that's grounds to leave that relationship.
It is a lot.
I think it's a lot, and especially where that person's a big part of that person's life. Walk away.
But do you know where it is? It's just sad because she probably feels like she's been backed up into a corner. That's the only thing, because she did say it when you read it out. It did say that she's always thought that she's gonna go no contact one day. Yeah. So she knows, like,
she already knows where she's headed.
Exactly, but it's just like how you get there really matters as well. Like, you don't want to be forced into it, and then eventually she might like resent her boyfriend, who may become her husband. But yeah, good luck to you, sis. Okay, so the next one is from Cheating Stories. Lost after finding out a double life. Interesting. Hi everyone, I guess now I will tell my story. I am already very embarrassed, so please take it easy on me.
She's already saying, please.
I'm on the edge. She said I'm on the edge.
Okay, I need explanations. I will never get one from this individual, and the only thing that remotely makes me feel better at the moment is reading comments on posts from others who have been in this experience. I had been in a beautiful relationship for 5 years. It was healthy, strong, and transparent. We did everything together and truly were best friends. We were just about to get married. My partner started acting kind of weird and irritated out of nowhere. They expressed to me that they were going through a deep wave of depression. I set up a date to go to my parents' house for 4 days so they could take the independence time they needed to recover. When I left, they started being weird over text, not as responsive or loving. I didn't think too much of this because we had a beautiful foundation built and I trusted them with all of me. Each time it was time for me to come home, they expressed they needed more time. Before I knew it, a month went by and they would speak
It's
to me
you
in...
staying away for a
No.
month
Thank
though.
you.
I'll be back after 4 days.
Thank you.
Crazy.
From the place you're probably paying
listen,
for.
are you crazy?
You must be mad.
You're telling me I should keep holding off, you need more time.
You
If
must
you
be
don't get the
mad.
hell out of here.
If you
You
think
go.
I can't lie in my own bed,
You go.
Bro, that's how one day you're just watching the TV. Oh, the door's opening. Yeah, bro. My key's in that door.
or you find that they're married, they get married.
I don't know what the hell I'm going to find, but I know I'm going home. Yeah? Okay. Before I knew it, a month went by and they would speak to me insanely. If I called, they would get extremely angry and cuss at me profusely. Before I knew it, it seemed all I was able to do was make them angry unintentionally. So I told them that maybe this is the end of our story and we should break up. Their response was desperate. You can't stand by my side during this. I would do this for you. You are the only reason I work so hard. I need you in my life. If you block me, I will never stop chasing you. You are the one I love forever. So this became a constant cycle. Until one night, I decided to take a trip home unannounced. Sis, that's what you should have
too
been
late.
doing from the beginning. Okay, sorry. I came home. Sorry. I need to calm down. I came home to another woman in our home staying the night. This woman
She's been there for a month.
from the beginning.
Thank you.
As soon as you left, she entered.
And he was irritated that you kept on checking in.
Can you imagine?
And
You
that,
say he, it's not a he.
Oh,
it's
they.
a they.
they, so-
I'm going to assume it's a woman.
No. No.
just a
They.
day.
Okay,
It's a
sorry. Oh
they.
my God,
Oh,
sorry. This woman revealed to me that my partner told her they were single, that we had broken up a while ago. All of my belongings were stacked in a closet hidden away. My whole world was crushing
down.
down. I felt horrible. I packed all my stuff in the car and drove off. My partner called me excessively, panicking to save our relationship. I answered a phone call on a drive back to my parents because I'm stupid. They told me she was lying. My stuff was only packed away because looking at it hurt them so much, that she was just a friend staying the night at the house because she was too drunk to drive. I fell into the lies and believed her and gave her another chance. Told you it was a her.
Oh,
There you
I
go.
wasn't sure if it was a non-binary
Okay, see,
person.
please, guys, I'm
based
saved.
Based on how
No, I
it was
know, it
typed.
No,
was- it was written
I
say.
genuinely thought
Yeah.
they were just hiding the identity, which is why they just kept on
Oh
saying
no,
they.
I
Yeah.
just thought it was non-binary
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I hear
same. After a while, I was like, okay, the they.
because they kept saying them as well,
that. No, I know.
and it was just how fluid.
I hear that.
Yeah. No, I thought it was, sometimes when they just change the name, when they just
Yeah.
change to
Yeah.
they. Okay, cool.
Okay. I fell into the lies and believed her and gave her another chance. Fast forward, we're now 3 months into me being at my parents in another state so that they have time to recover from her depression. Things are relatively well. Then I saw on their social media that they were following that same girl. I asked them about it and they completely exploded on me. I'm not doing this with you. You were crazy. Why the fuck do you watch my things so intentionally? I ain't do shit to you. You don't know shit. After that, I had blocked them on everything and spent 2 whole rough days trying to get myself together. Until one day, they called me off a different number because the landlord informed them that I had removed myself from the lease. They were can you imagine? They were subtly crying, telling me that they would never stay away from me and they need me. Our conversation ended with me saying that if they want to be with me, they can move up here to this state. Because I did not want to return to the place where so many bad things had transpired, they agreed and we had 2 beautiful weeks of talking. They sent me live photos constantly, called and checked in, reassured me multiple times that everything was okay.
Reassured you that their lease would be fine.
Listen,
That's all I'm hearing.
that's what she's
That they're
securing.
securing the lease. That's
Okay.
it.
Called and checked in, reassuring me multiple times that everything was okay and they were being absolutely loyal to me. I was so hopeful and happy with the behaviour. Then I made a fake Snapchat, don't judge me, and added them to their social because I just had this weird feeling. And I saw they had posted screenshots of texts of someone texting them, "Wake up, my sweet girlfriend." To which my partner responded, calling her the nicknames they had always called me. I screenshotted this. They immediately called me and was freaking out. I got that off a meme from TikTok and I posted it because it reminded me of you. You need to calm down and relax. I'm sorry that I actually want people to know we are together. So I took it upon myself to message the other girl I found in my home. I found her on Facebook and asked her if the texts were between them. Her response was unsettling. She told me, you need to grow up and move on. You have been harassing me and my partner for months. They told me everything how you won't leave them alone. You are psycho and you need help. Then sent me pictures of them kissing happily. This whole 3 months I've been gone, they've been in a relationship with this woman. I sent her screenshots of all of our texts, to which my partner has now told her that I hacked into their iCloud and have been texting myself messages for months. Now I'm being shamed by my partner and their girlfriend on Facebook. I'm so depressed. I have not eaten for days. I have no energy for anything. How can anyone do something so cruel? We spent 5 beautiful years together and they couldn't offer me the respect to tell me they wanted to be with somebody else. They led me on for months and promised me marriage and loyalty. They did everything in their power to keep me and our relationship when the whole time they'd been with someone else. And now I look insane. Please offer me any words. Please be kind. This is the deepest wound I have ever had in my life. They are blocked on everything and I'm doing my best to just stay alive now. They tried to call earlier and I changed my number.
I'm going to hold your hand and say this. The flags were on fire.
Listen, they weren't even red.
They were on fire. But do you know what? You've blocked them. Just take it day by day. Just take it one day at a time. And you're already in another state, so that's fine.
Listen.
Just keep it moving. Every day gets a little bit easier. They say the first 30 days are the tough ones. So just get through the first 30 days and, you'll be fine. That's all I've got to say.
I feel so sorry for her.
I wouldn't even have anything else to say because
No,
this
for them,
whole
sorry.
story
The
sounds
other
like an
thing-
episode of Catfish.
Sad.
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for Opie.
Yeah, I 100% feel sorry for her. But just, have you removed yourself from that lease?
Listen, that's all that matters, isn't it?
That's clearly the most important thing here. It's not.
I think she did.
It's like, no, she got, once she removed,
Remember
she got
they
the
had
call
2 beautiful weeks after
the person,
they found out,
they found out
that she'd removed
that
herself
she
from the
removed,
lease.
a call ensued in which suddenly there's begging and pleading.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that there was a direct debit payment where she's still paying for this
It's
place
crazy.
that she's not in. And in her removing herself from the lease, that's when now they've panicked and then thinking, oh my God, I can't afford to live here by myself. And the whole time they've moved in this girlfriend and the girlfriend's probably not contributing anything because she thinks they're covering the whole thing. So now it's a finance issue. That's the only reason that they're in a relationship with Opie. Like, are you not hearing the
No,
only
No, I did.
issue?
No, I did hear that.
It's
I did.
finance.
No, I heard
That's
that, but I'm
sad.
just like, if she's now at this point, because a crazy, but she did it the first time, she'll do it again.
I don't think there's anything to salvage. It doesn't sound
No,
like a
it's
good
done.
relationship. It's clear
What, the
that
new
not
girlfriend
only
called
is there
me a
cheating,
psycho?
Thank you. It's,
No, that's
it's
what I'm
not
saying. So
only
now
cheating.
she's
That
got to
looks
do it day by
insane.
day. You just
Yeah.
have
Oh
to,
yeah. Like I
I
feel
just
sorry
feel.
for.
I just feel
feel
so sorry for
Opie,
her, honestly.
But I think the most important thing is make sure that you're removed from the lease. Continue to block, like stay strong, like block this person, and as much as you're gonna want to, do not clear your name. Do not go on social media and declare everything that happened and stuff like that. It doesn't get you anywhere. Just walk away because it's so easy.
She
Do you know
has
how
to.
many people have to prove that they're not the crazy? Have to prove when it's just like, actually, I think that your mentors will thank you for just walking away.
I know, but women generally or typically, we're
Yeah.
supposed to always want closure as well. That closure thing is a
Yeah,
myth as well.
I
Forget
don't
that
believe
one,
in
girls.
closure. I don't
Forget
believe in
it. He did
closure.
what he did, or she did what
what
she did. They
and
did
that's
what
the
they
end of
did.
that.
And they knew, everybody knows what they're doing. That's the one thing
at
I
all
will say.
times.
Everybody knows what they're doing.
But
I
yeah.
just feel incredibly sorry for her because at the beginning, Opie said that they had 5 beautiful years and it was a really good relationship. So I totally understand why Opie kept on giving.
She tried to salvage
tried to salvage the relationship and tried to make it work. I totally understand it. Your feelings don't just
No, but my
get
thing
cut
is
off
now
immediately.
on
But now
social
just-
media, they're
yeah.
making her look like a crazy.
And that's
And
okay. And that's
I'm-
okay.
Yeah, that's
that
what
no
I'm
longer
saying. I'm
concerns
just
you.
begging the open.
Yeah.
Do not get on social media and try to prove otherwise.
Listen.
Because all you're doing is bringing yourself back into the situation that you're trying to remove yourself from. And I know it's going to be harder said than done. But I promise you, if you just walk away clean, block everybody and heal at your parents' house, you will thank yourself down the line.
Yeah. So the last story is from Am I the Arsehole? Am I the arsehole for refusing to take in my sick grandmother after everything she did to me growing up?
Probably not.
No.
I, 21 female, recently got a call from my mum asking me to take in my grandmother who is seriously ill and needs constant care. For some context, my grandmother, 74 female, practically raised me. My mum was a single parent who worked 2 jobs, so I spent most of my childhood at my grandma's house, but it wasn't the loving, nurturing environment you'd expect. My grandmother was strict, cold, and frankly, emotionally abusive. She never missed an opportunity to remind me that I was unwanted or a burden because I was the product of an irresponsible teenage pregnancy. She would constantly compare me to the other kids in the family and tell me I'd never amount to anything. I spent most of my childhood feeling unloved and unwanted. When I turned 18, I moved out as quickly as I could and went to college, putting as much distance as possible between me and her. I've barely spoken to her since, and it's been a huge relief not having that toxic presence in my life. Now she's sick, bedridden, and has no one to care for her. My mum can't do it because of her work schedule, and other family members have refused, citing their own reasons. So my mum called me essentially saying it's my duty to take care of her
Absolutely not.
because she's family and raised me. But I can't. I don't want to spend the next few months or years caring for someone who made my childhood miserable and scarred me emotionally. I told my mum no, and she blew up on me, calling me heartless and saying I'm turning my back on family. Now the rest of my family is calling me selfish, saying I owe it to her regardless of the past. But I don't think I should be guilt-tripped into caring for someone who never showed me an ounce of love or kindness when I needed it the most. Am I the arsehole for saying no to caring for my grandmother?
Absolutely not.
It's ain't a hard one, guys.
Top comment, not the arsehole. Your mother, however, is the worst.
Yeah.
Your mother chose to put you at your grandmother's,
Thank
arguably
you.
knowing how horrible a caregiver she would be. But mum puts herself first. Then, when grandmother needs support, mother again chooses to be too busy, demanding someone else care for her grandmother. When mother reaches the same point, mother will demand the same time and effort of you. Oh, hell no. Time to cut the cord. Grandmother was horrible and painted you as a burden and unwanted, not a future caregiver family member. So no, grandmother gets only what she gave, which was to not care and support. Likewise, mum gets neither of those. Your mother and grandmother previously showed you that what family means to them. Abandonment, disregard, and no support. Be not engaging with them. You have recognized their definition and respected it. Keep respecting their definition of family.
Yep.
Keep
Literally.
keeping your distance.
I tell everyone, keep the same energy.
For sure.
Keep the same energy. Remember that time? Okay. Well, look who needs help now. The mother needs to look after her own mother.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Not just the mother though, the mother and her other kids, because
Yeah,
clearly there's a bunch
all of them. All of them. But
And
like,
this
why
OP
do you
is
now
21.
think? But it's her duty. I'm so sorry. Mother dearest, why is it not your duty to look after your mother? It's very strange to me.
Do you know what? I don't believe in karma, but this would be a karmic moment.
Literally.
There's a collectible bin that everyone is to claim.
Listen.
No, I'm being so serious. Because
Listen.
whenever
And roasted
people,
as well.
like literally everyone just climb inside and put the lid on, because this doesn't even make any sense to me, because why would you even think that I would sign up to this horrible subscription?
Yeah.
Listen.
It's
It doesn't
got
make
nothing
any
to do with me.
sense.
And you know she's gonna cuss me. You know she's gonna be horrible to me, even on her deathbed. You know she's gonna
And-
be horrible. You
and
know
do you
people
know
like that
what?
don't tend to be nice after. They're just gonna
They don't
be
change.
nasty through their
No.
illness.
And you know what? The
Please.
daughter definitely told her mum about the situation.
Of course she
And
had
yet
to.
her mum is still expecting that she'll take care of this witch.
Well, it's all in the
No.
comments, regardless of what happened in the past.
It's
Everyone
absolutely
knows.
not. Do you know what? There's
Regardless
just
of
So
two.
they're
happened in the
saying,
past.
regardless of the past,
No.
she's still your grandmother.
No, there's just two things I
So why
just
don't you
can
take
never
her
get
on?
over. Like, I don't understand how adults can be so cruel to kids.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it literally breaks my heart. Like, it literally makes me want to cry. I think that's disgusting how her grandmother treated her. And then secondly, and very importantly, how so many families enable bad,
Yeah.
toxic ways of thinking and behaving. Like, no one in the family can see that what's going on and what's right
It's
and what's
just
wrong.
what grandmother
Like,
does.
yeah, like, what?
You know, that's
Why are
just
you
how
not
she
enabling her?
behaves.
Because
That's,
now
that's just her.
that's not
just,
okay. The
yeah,
whole
no.
family is enabling toxicity. Like, they're enabling the belief that a child, a 21-year-old, should now look after a woman that was terrible to her. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, how are none of you lot seeing this? And also, I'm pretty sure the grandma was not only bad to her. Everybody knows that woman is a witch, yeah? So I'm pretty sure you lot know what she's capable of. And you lot should be trying to protect this girl. As opposed to saying, oh, no, you
But
have
also,
it.
your best years can't be spent looking after a witch.
There's absolutely no way. There's no way.
Absolutely not. What, 21, 22, 23, 24?
There's no way.
I don't know.
And you don't
These
even know when she's
people,
going to die, whether
sometimes
it's
they
weeks
last
or
a bit
years.
longer than you
But
think.
I
So it's just
honestly, I
like,
swear, I
my
feel like the
best
most
years
evil
will
people
not be spent
long.
looking
live long.
after. Thank you.
They live long.
They will
Years and
not be
years and
spent
years.
looking after someone who treated
It's
me
the
horribly.
nicest that die young. You know, there's a saying, the nicest
The
die
good-
young, the
no,
good die
the-
young.
Oh my!
Come on, guys, we got there in the
Never
end.
let Melinda say a phrase.
Hello.
I promise you, it's
We
gonna
got there
be
in the
wrong.
end. Look, we all know the good die young, but the evil will just be like, keep on going for years.
Yeah, I know.
So, no, I think
not the asshole.
at all.
Thank you for joining us today. And do let us know which subreddits you'd like us to react to next. And remember, we've got episodes every single Sunday.
And next week we're tackling even more crazy stories.
Always. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.